Welcome one and all to the 21st episode of 7 Sunday Morning Hot Takes. SummerSlam was last week and Clash in Paris is still 3 weeks away, so things are finally slowing down, and the roster, along with the rest of us, can have a little room to breathe. I'm the dispatcher, and if you want to take a deep breath and relax for a few minutes, now's a good time to do that. Hot take number 1. Let's kick things off by acknowledging how awful I am at picking winners and losers of wrestling matches. Generally, I think I have a terrible track record in that regard, and SummerSlam weekend was no exception. I got only 1 right out of 6 the first night and just 3 out of 6 the second night for a 2-day total of 4 out of 12. However, and this is a big however that kind of saves the day for me, every once in a while I get something right that almost no one else does, and therein lies the reward of the path less traveled. At the end of my last Hot Takes video, I predicted a surprise return for the finish of the Cody Cena match. I camouflaged it by throwing out 15 names that were mostly jokes. Only a few of the names were kind of serious, and only one was the original hope. But I didn't want to look like a fool if I was wrong, so I hid it in the list between I Show Speed and Rikishi. It was right in the middle, the 8th name out of 15. Big deal, right? Anybody can throw out 15 names and get lucky with one and then claim that was the real one. But I'll have you know, just 5 weeks ago, the 16th episode of 7 Sunday Morning Hot Takes ended with the proclamation that now would be a convenient time for Brock Lesnar to make his return. Less than 2 weeks later, Daniel Cormier was telling everybody that Lesnar was banned, and I thought, oh wow, this might actually be happening. Hot take number 2. I'm going to continue to be self-indulgent, because that's the culture we live in these days. In the 9th episode of 7 Sunday Morning Hot Takes, I successfully predicted that Bronson Reed would be the 3rd man in Rollins' Revolutionaries. So despite my atrocious record on picking winners and losers, sometimes I get some wild predictions right, and it should be clear to anybody watching this video that I know something about wrestling. It's not my shirt. It was sent to me by Adam Blampide. Sorry, Adam, if I'm butchering your name. Adam Blampier sent me this shirt, and I'm sure he'd be happy to send you a t-shirt too if you were to give him, how should I put it, your money. There's a link in the description to the Blampco merch store. Great new channel and oddly familiar. We wish them the very best. In case you're wondering, there's no connection nor affiliation between me and any other YouTube channel or professional wrestling outfit, nor any professionally minded people whatsoever. I just want to promote the things I like, and I'm just a guy whose wrestling insights are amazingly consistent. 33% accurate. Like a machine. Hot take number 3. Is it Rusev Day yet, or is it Groundhog Day still? Rusev versus Sheamus seems like a make-work project. I predicted each wrestler would have their own path to follow. I didn't realize it would be each other's, and that it would lead in a circle. When I was speculating about who would join Rollins' group, episode 9, my first thought was Rusev, but I decided that would make them too powerful. But now, I would put the truly valiant Bronson Reed well above Rusev on my tier list. Meanwhile, Sheamus should be really in AJ's spot, focused on the IC title and terrorizing Dom. Even an honorable defeat does more to lift your profile than being bogged down in an endless quagmire. Unfortunately, I don't see any potential here for a twist in the plot, unless Sheamus and Rusev join forces and become the Ring General's lieutenants. Add Nakamura to that group as a strategist, and now you're really cooking. But Gunther's out indefinitely, and in the meantime, everyone's forgotten what Rusev and Sheamus are even fighting about, and the longer it goes, the less meaning it'll have. Hot take number 3. Is it Rusev Day yet, or is it Groundhog Day still? It feels just like that. Hot take number 4. A quick word to Bayley and Lyra, because they're 2 of my favorite characters who seem in danger of getting sucked into the swirling atmosphere. Stay away from each other. Do not get trapped in the vortex created by McIntyre and Priest that now engulfs Sheamus and Rusev. Look what happens when you finally get out. You've dropped way down the card, and now you're fighting Aleister Black, or worse, a jelly roll. I like Lyra, but she's had a couple of awkward moments and stumbles, and I like Bayley, but her character seems befuddled. And she's a terrible friend. And after the way everyone handled themselves Sunday, and especially Monday, it's go Becky all the way. I know she's a heel, but she's good at it, so try and stop me from cheering for her. If I was Seth Rollins, I'd do something really romantic for her, like have Bronson Reed steal her a new pair of shoes. Hot take number 5. Big time Becky's pop is a splash that is a Bella flop. Sometimes a punkonomic writes itself, and once it's written down, you have to say it out loud. I'm starting to feel a little uncomfortable with how much I like Becky Lynch. Becky is so beautiful and just one hell of an attractive woman, and damn is she ever cool. I'm very jealous of Seth Rollins. I really believe Becky could still be the top face in the company, and ironically, Charlotte could still be the top heel. But a choice has been made to have both of them aligned opposite to their natural stage presence. It should be noted, both of them are currently elevating titles to new levels of prestige, so good for them. I think things are not going to go well for Nikki Bella. I don't think she's remembered as fondly as WWE hopes, nor will she get the same goodwill as Trish or Lita. Nikki doesn't have the street credibility to talk down to Becky. If Monday's promo was any indication, this is a complete mismatch in abilities. Nikki seems like a poser. Meanwhile, Becky is making the Intercontinental feel like the most important title in the company. Hot take number 6. Not exactly a regular feature on this show, but maybe more common than I realized, the super-unpopular hot take is back. So far we've had, don't like Penta because he's not cool like Fonzie. Cody's entrance music has become intolerable. Penta is cool because he's exactly like the Fonz. Then I threatened to break up with the entire women's division and gave them an ultimatum. And now, time's up for Tiffy. I've run out of patience. She wins matches, but she's not winning me over. I think Tiffany is completely miscast as a face and as WWE champion. She'd make a much more effective heel and would be a strong US champion. Like Chelsea, but better. I already think Julia has more charisma and upside than Stratton. It may take a little while, but eventually those two will swap places on the depth chart. I have a question. When the clock strikes 12 and Tiffany loses her glass slipper, what happens next? When Tiffy time is over, what will people see? For me, it's not a Cinderella story anymore. It's more like A Clockwork Orange. Hot take number 3. Is it Rusev Day yet, or is it Groundhog Day still? Which is a better movie, Groundhog Day or A Clockwork Orange? Hard to compare. It's like apples and clockwork oranges. Hot take number 7. I love Montreal, as I think a lot of people in Toronto do. It's a very cool city, and I was kind of excited for Friday night's SmackDown, hoping the city would share the stage and influence some storylines. As Cena so eloquently said, the audience is the show. Then he said, so imagine being somebody back there trying to plan a show around you guys. Well, let's take a look at what they came up with as a rough outline. Cena says it's scary when an audience sings and says he's scared of Brock Lesnar but will fight anyone. The subtext is, Brock Lesnar's not here. Enter the dipstick. Set up a match no one wants to see. Say something about French-speaking people. McIntyre sneak attacks. Okay, so at this point, let's have a hero run out for the save, right? Obvious choice, Sami Zayn. No? Okay, second choice, Ron Killings. Let's do it. That'll be awesome. No? Alright, Cody. Cena's charm is so powerful that it turns go-away heat into just regular heat and provides an impenetrable babyface bubble for anyone to stand in. After that mess, Sami gets a clean pin over the US champ and his 3 enforcers on the outside. No help needed from anybody. The subtext is, Jacob Fatu's not here. Charlotte and Chelsea goes longer than it needed to, just to end in a kank bump. Chelsea puts the Canadian audience in a morally uncomfortable position, but that's the WWE's specialty these days. Right, Mr. Heyman? The subtext is, Kevin Owens is not here. And then the most egregious thing they ever could have done, a true screw you moment. A low blow DQ in front of the ref, and then Cena and the dipstick fight their way to the back. Mon Dieu is an understatement. C'est tabarnak. But then McIntyre's claymores Cody's head through the announcer's table. And yeah, of course, everyone's grumpy now. But I can guarantee you, on a different occasion, in a different circumstance, if you had done that spot without anybody sandbagging the joy of wrestling, just Drew and Cody, you would get a totally different reaction, especially from a Montreal audience. Because honestly, after the first 14 minutes, That was the first opportunity to say, "This is awesome." Thanks for being here. I tried to keep this episode light and upbeat, but man, that last hot take fired me up. Deep breath, right? I'm going to go lie down and watch a movie. Will it be Groundhog Day or A Clockwork Orange? Even better, Weekend at Bernie's. I'm the dispatcher. You're on the top turnbuckle, and every day is a sunset flip.